And go ahead and settle into your nest, getting as comfortable as possible. Making any small movements or adjustments that you need to find a shavasana that is supportive to you. So if that means putting a cushion under the knees or bending the knees, that's fine. Making small adjustments of your pelvis and your rib cage, the position of your head, until you feel supported securely on the earth. You have your arms at your side with the palms facing up or resting on your chest or abdomen. And beginning to close down the external senses by closing the eyes. Sometimes the eyelids want to fly open. You don't need to squeeze your eyes shut. You can always take a soft focus gaze until your eyelids feel heavy enough to stay closed in a relaxed position. Move through some major body parts and just noticing the sensations there, inviting those parts of the body to soften and relax, starting with the forehead. You notice any sensations that you feel around your forehead and temples. Whatever is present, and just invite that part of the body to soften and relax, releasing effort. Awareness of sensations at the centers of the cheeks, around the sinuses and the jaw. Just noticing sensations that are present. If your teeth are touching, let the lower jaw soften, creating a little bit of space. Inviting these face muscles to relax. And awareness of the chest and the fronts of the shoulders, the muscles of the chest and the fronts of the shoulders, noticing the sensations that are present there. And can you allow the shoulder blades to soften back into the floor, the chest to fall open? Relaxing tension away from the shoulders so that the breath can move freely. Bringing awareness to the abdomen, noticing sensations in the muscles of the abdomen, the movement of the breath, and inviting the front of the body to soften and relax. And finally, the joints of the legs, the hips, knees, and ankles, noticing sensations in the joints of the legs, and inviting these areas of the body to soften and relax. The hips slightly rotate outward in the hip sockets so that the toes are slightly turned out, allowing the legs to become heavy. And bringing your awareness to the center of the chest. Just allowing your awareness to sit at the heart center, noticing physical sensations, but also thoughts and emotions that bubble up when you place your awareness and attention in this part of the body. And calling to mind your sankalpa, your resolve. Sankalpa takes the form of a short positive statement in the present tense, representing your truest intentions at this moment. Usually starting with I am. Whether you've been working with one for a while or you have something new in mind, can you hold your sankalpa in your mind's eye, almost as if it's written out on a strip of paper? And once you see it clearly, if you can imagine folding or rolling it up into a tiny bead or seed shape, visualizing this wrapped up version of your sankalpa and dropping it into the center of the chest, like planting a seed or dropping a pebble into a still pond. And mentally repeating your sankalpa to yourself 3 times with sincerity and conviction. And shifting your awareness to your natural breath, and beginning to follow the path of the breath in and out through the body, noticing the sensation of the breath at the tip of the nose, temperature of the breath, sensation of it passing across the sinuses in the upper throat, sensation of the breath moving into the chest and the movement of the chest and rib cage with the natural breath. Noticing sensation of the breath all the way down into the belly and following the path back out of the body. And as you focus on your natural breath, you may notice it naturally lengthens and slows over time. Imagining each inhale like filling a vessel with water, the sensation of the breath flowing into the body and filling the whole body, like pouring water into a glass. And the exhalation, all of the oxygen from that breath rinses through all the tissues of your body. So every time you inhale, feeling the breath flowing into the whole body, filling the whole body like water pouring into a glass. And as you exhale, almost like squeezing a sponge, the oxygen from the breath just rinses through the tissues of the body. Whatever that visualization feels like, whatever sensations it brings up for you, see if you can continue to focus on the breath in this way. Inhaling, filling the whole body with breath. Exhaling, rinsing through the tissues with that oxygenated breath. Continuing to breathe in this way for a few moments longer. Whenever your mind wanders or thoughts arise, that's fine. Simply notice and then shift your awareness back to the flow of your natural breath. And continuing to breathe in this way, like filling a glass with water, rinsing through the tissues. Begin to concentrate or focus that sensation and visualization onto specific parts of the body. Beginning with the head, can you focus your awareness on the head, skull, and brain, imagining each inhalation filling the head like a vessel with breath. Each exhalation rinsing through the tissues of the head with the oxygenated breath. Focusing the sensation and awareness on the head, the skull, the brain, and the muscles in the head. And shifting your attention to the neck, chest, and upper back, the bones and muscles, and the organs in the neck, chest, and upper back. Breathing in, like filling this area with breath, the way that you would pour water into a glass. Exhaling, and the oxygenated blood rinses through all of these tissues. The breath rinsing through the thorax, the chest, upper back, and neck. Shifting awareness to the abdomen and the spine, the muscles of the back, the whole trunk of the body. Inhaling, filling this region of the body with breath, like water pouring into a glass. Exhaling, rinsing through the tissues of the organs and the muscles and the bones with the oxygenated breath. And finally, bring your awareness to the limbs of the body, the arms and the legs. And once again, filling them with breath like glasses of water. And as you exhale, rinsing through the tissues of the arms and legs. And releasing the visualization, and just taking a moment to be aware of the whole body, the whole physical body simultaneously. Any sensations that are present, like a raindrop condensing from a cloud, concentrating all of that dispersed attention to a single point at the center of the forehead, the eyebrow center, focusing all of your awareness at the eyebrow center. If you can imagine that just behind the eyebrow center, in that space behind the forehead, you can visualize with your mind's eye a lit candle, a lit candle filling your whole frame of vision, focusing all of your awareness and attention at the flame of the lit candle. Whether it is still or flickering, with your mind's eye staring into the flame of this lit candle. And focusing all of your awareness here for just a few moments. The nature of the chitta, or the mind stuff, is to swirl and dance about from one topic to the next. So there's no expectation to have perfect attention at the candle flame, but instead the practice is to notice if your mind has begun to whirl about, and see if you can gently rein it in, focusing all of your awareness at a candle flame in your mind's eye. And then if you can imagine, as if you've been staring at the candle flame with your actual physical eyes, and you were to close the eyelids, can you see in your mind's eye the image, the negative imprint of that flame? Like when we stare at a light and then close our eyelids and see the negative printed on the photoreceptors of our eyes. And with the same clarity that you've been visualizing this candle flame, can you picture in your mind the following images as if you're building them real in front of yourself, And as you move from one to the next, the previous one dissipates, completely disappears before the next one forms, visualizing a flock of birds in flight. A flock of birds in flight. A steaming cup of tea. A hot steaming cup of tea. A pink lotus flower. A pink lotus flower. A large oak tree. A large oak tree. A garden of roses in bloom. A garden filled with blooming roses. A cat stretching. A cat stretching. An empty beach at sunrise. An empty beach at sunrise. Falling leaves being blown by the wind. Leaves flying with the wind. A peacock feather. A peacock feather. Dark storm clouds on the horizon. Storm clouds on the horizon. A bell. A brass bell. If you clearly picture this bell in your mind's eye, can you hear its sound if you imagine ringing it? Seeing the bell and hearing the sound of the bell. Ringing the bell 3 more times. Releasing all visualization and sensing your attention and awareness spread out, noticing the breath and the sensations of the physical body and the thoughts all simultaneously. And you shift your awareness once more to the center of the chest. And just notice what is present there. Noticing the physical sensations at the center of the chest, the dimension of the space from the surface of the sternum all the way back to the bones of the spine. Noticing the movement of the breath, the pulsing of the heart. And perhaps noticing residues of emotional sensations, feelings, and thoughts that bubble up from this part of the body. If you can imagine your awareness and attention continuing to condense, condense and pull inward to the very center of the heart center, Anahata Chakra, the chest, imagining a transparent bead or marble at the very center of the heart. And in this space, there is only stillness, quiet, and calm. And you condense your awareness all the way down to this point. And then calling to mind your sankalpa, your resolve that you used earlier in the practice. And you hold it in your mind's eye and mentally repeat it to yourself 3 times with sincerity and conviction. And as you had condensed your awareness internally, you send your awareness out from the heart center, sending out your intentions into the Akasha, the universe, the broader space. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Makaschit Dukhabhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all beings be happy. May all be free from illness. May all beings be liberated and may none suffer. Om, peace, peace, peace. Begin to build a bridge between the state of Yoga Nidra and the state of full alertness by first visualizing yourself resting in the space where you're practicing. Can you picture your location in that space? Your relationship and orientation to the furniture and objects around you. And begin to sense the space around you. Any smells or sounds that are present nearby. The temperature of the air. And a sense of support from the floor and your Yoga Nidra nest beneath you. Feeling supported by the earth and feeling the way you take space and fill the negative space of the air around you. Your relationship with the space begins to bring awareness and alertness back into your physical body. And as you feel it flow into your limbs, you may wish to wiggle the fingers and toes. And perhaps rotate the ankles and wrists. And expand those movements in any way that feels good through the neck or the spine or the chest or the hips. Whatever feels natural and comforting to you. And finally, reaching the fingertips away from the toes, inhaling as you reach, 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 and exhaling, releasing everything back into the floor. So taking another big stretch like that, inhaling as you reach fingertips away from the toes, reach, 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 and exhaling, releasing everything back towards the floor, softening. And allow the sensation of awareness and alertness to flood through the physical body. And as you feel ready, rolling over onto one side, taking a moment to enjoy the space in between states. Noticing sensations in your physical body, the natural state of your breath at this moment, and the current state of your thoughts and emotions. And then carefully and slowly pressing yourself up into a seated position. The spine long, Remembering, of course, to drink water. You can always complement your yoga nidra practice with physical practices, breathing or yoga. Or take this opportunity while you're feeling relaxed to go to bed early and have a really good sleep. Integrating however works best for you, bringing the palms of the hands in front of the heart. And as we bow forward, thumbs touching the eyebrow center, Hariom Tat Sat. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete.